Hey guys, first of all, I would like to thank all of you for joining in our scrimmage, and we hope you had a great time and it was fun to participate. In this closing ceremony, we are going to move in the rankings to show you the ranking. So we are going to see your total scores, the high score of every team, and so on. So without further ado, let's move to the rankings. So we have on the 18th spot we have InfO and Technologies from Ploiești, with a really interesting robot, but not really good in the autonomous period. I think they can do some changes there. Okay, let's move on to the 17th place. Oops, that was not on the ceremony list. Okay, now we have the 17th place Prime Tech from Cluj-Napoca. This team had some technical issues, they told us, and they played only one match, but still they are on 17th, not the last team. They had a really good robot, and I guess with some changes, they would have a really nice robot, and they could compete at a very high level. Next, we have WhatsApp from Kumpulung, which is a really great team. If I'm not wrong, 2 years ago they've been to the in Detroit for the championship, so it's a really strong team. But in our scrimmage, they had a really good robot, but they've been a little bit unlucky. So I guess with some changes, they could be really good. Next, on the 15th spot, we have Blizzard Eye from Târgu Neamț. As well, a really good team with an interesting robot and interesting autonomous. It was a pleasure to watch them. Here we have Under Construction from Târgoviște. Here we saw a really interesting system on their robot, and as well as the other teams, they had a really good robot, and I guess with a few changes, they could be a really strong team. Again, we have Brave Bots from Ploiești as well. A really interesting team. We know them very well, and they've been a little bit unlucky in our scrimmage. They had, I guess, 2 matches where they had issues, but still they're a strong team here. We move on to Modus Vivendi from Oradea. Here we had a really interesting robot with a really good autonomous and really good drivers in the driver control period. So a really strong team here. Now, InfO and Robotics, our team. We've been a little bit unlucky with the autonomous. The power shots, they weren't exactly on point, but maybe next time. So now we move on top 10. So let's go and see who is there. We have Phantom Robotics from Târgoviște with a really nice robot, a really nice system with 3 rings which are moving simultaneously. So it's a really nice robot, and I guess with a few changes they could compete at a really high level. Now we have SG Bots from St. George's Bay again with a really nice robot, and I think as well with some changes and with a bit more accuracy, and if they would be a little bit patient, they'll have a really nice robot. Now we have Titans from Bucharest. We really liked their robot. It was really compact, and he was doing his job really well, and it was a pleasure to watch them. We move on to Mironobot from Pașcani on 7th place. That was a really nice robot, and with a really interesting intake system. And I guess if that intake would be a little bit improved, I think again they would compete to a higher level. Now we move on to our special guest, Ubotech team from Netherlands, more exactly Stadskanal. Yeah, here we saw a really nice robot and a really strong team competing on our scrimmage. And that's, I guess, That tells everything about this team. Now we move on top five. Here we have the really strong teams uh, like Kazmir Tech from Eindhoven, Netherlands as well, with again a really nice robot, very compact and with a great autonomous period and great drivers. So it was a pleasure to see them. We move on to AI Citizens from Fokshan. They are on fourth place. And again, with a really interesting robot, a really interesting intake. We watched it, and it was a pleasure to see how they drive that robot. So now we move on top three. For the top three, we have some surprises because we made a small montage with some parts of those three teams. So enjoy watching it. In the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. In the end, it doesn't even matter. I tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Okay, so that was it with the small video. So now we move on top three. So here we have Quantum Robotics from Bucharest with a really nice intake system and a really nice outtake. The rings, they didn't miss it. So I guess it was a really good robot, really compact, and he's done his work. So it's a really good robot. Now we move on to Boogie Bots from Râmnicu Sărat. Here we have to congratulate those people because they had a really nice robot with a really good intake and with a very good outtake. So they didn't miss it in the tower goal, only high goals, and it was a pleasure to watch them. And now the winner is Pink to the Future from Den Haag, Netherlands. Uh, I guess here words are worthless, so I guess it was a pleasure to watch them. A really nice robot, and we are very thankful that such strong teams joined our demo, our scrimmage actually, and we are very grateful for all of those all of those teams that joined us, and I guess we have to meet again in maybe other circumstances. So those being said, I'd like to congratulate all of you for your results. And again, I hope you had fun. It was a pleasure for us to see your games, to watch them, and I have to say this that everyone was perfect, and I hope we'll meet again in maybe other circumstances. Have a good one. Bye.